here at the Cloudera Government Forum with Sharon Woods, Acting Director, Hosting and Computer Center at Disa. Sharon, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, really appreciate it.
Let me start by asking, why do you think more and more agencies are coming around to the reality that a hybrid model works best for their IT enterprise?
There really isn't a one-size-fits-all model. If you think about the complexity of the Department of Defense's mission, the idea that everything needs to be in cloud or everything needs to be on-prem, it's a fallacy. And industry doesn't operate that way either. You have to understand the requirements of what you're trying to achieve. So if you think about being overseas and you think about needing to have a level of resiliency, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. Having something within a DoD data center can be helpful, but you want to be able to use the power of commercial cloud. And so the idea is to get to a place where you can use both. So you can take advantage of what both have to offer and that you're able to meet the totality of your requirements, not just a subset.
And then with agencies looking to do more with their data, especially in the cloud, how can they ensure that they're protecting it from the plethora of emerging threats?
Sure. I think it's important to use some of the best practices and to be careful about trying to reinvent the wheel. So folks talk a lot about DevSecOps. I think that conversation has evolved over the last few years to where it's becoming easier for more and more mission owners to adopt it. So rather than trying to reinvent your own DevSecOps pipeline, at this point, the department has a number of options where there are DevSecOps pipelines in place that you can consume. And by doing that, right, it's the pipeline, it's just the configuration control of sending your application through a tunnel. It's maybe not quite that simple, but you're sending something through a tunnel in order to make the adjustments, the changes, the added, additions. But then there are these security checkpoints, and you make choices about how many, when you want to, require approval points to make sure it is secure before you go on. But by doing this, there's predictability, there's an understanding for authorization officials of what's going on, and because you can have a DevSecOps pipeline, and there's options, right? So there isn't a one-size-fits-all, but now it's almost like global competition. You have this ability to really improve over time the pipeline, and so at the same time you're improving the security of your application and data.
And then next, what does the technician of the future look like for especially your organization?
Yeah, so this is a really big one. And to me, this is foundational to everything else because it's the people that implement these things. Within the hack, we have roughly 2,000 people, and a majority of them have operated on traditional data centers. And then we have a couple hundred that are operating in commercial cloud. And just like the technology where it is hybrid and it is a spectrum of hosting and compute, technician of the future, it's all about upskilling the workforce so that not just data center workforce is able to understand commercial cloud, but the reverse, that commercial cloud is able to understand data center. Now they may specialize in one area, but having that full context best positions us to deliver enterprise hybrid to the department.
And then lastly, what should vendors know about working with Disa?
So first I would say the hack, the hosting and compute center, we are working hard to be honest brokers for our mission owners. And we need industry to partner with us to be transparent and help us understand what capabilities are out there that might meet certain mission requirements. And as much as industry should be recommending things to us, also need industry to tell us when something might not be the best match. But we don't have all the answers, and so the partnership part of this is really, really key. So we need industry to be transparent, and we are doing our best to be transparent as well.
Well, Sharon Woods, thank you so much for joining us here at the Cloudera Government Forum.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.